What sometimes happens, you know, if you're on telly a little bit sometimes, or if you're on the radio or you write books and things, sometimes when you get emails, like 99.9% of the time, people are being absolutely lovely, and it's a nice thing, and it's warm, and it's lovely, and it's great, and you kind of feel like you made a friend. 0.01% of the time, they just want to tell you something about yourself that perhaps you don't really want to hear. And they do it and they run away, and so this time I thought, I'm not going to let this one run away, I'm going to have a chat with him, or an emailed correspondence. So this is correspondence, and all you do, you'll just read like these bits out, you read that, those things, and that, and then I'll respond. Okay. So this is the email I got.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins, subject you. Dear Danny Wallace, I saw you on TV today, you're a douchebag. Kieran.
Feel my pain. So I wrote back, to Kieran Mullins, from Danny Wallace, subject you. Dear Kieran, welcome. And thank you for subscribing to the Danny Wallace Lots of Fun mail out. Your first mail out will arrive soon, but remember, you can unsubscribe at any time by simply replying to this email with the word unsubscribe.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins, unsubscribe.
To Kieran Mullins, from Danny Wallace. Dear Kieran, this week's Danny Wallace Lots of Fun mail out will be out tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty of puns and riddles. But remember, you can unsubscribe at any time by simply replying to this email with the word unsubscribe.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins, unsubscribe.
To Kieran Mullins, from Danny Wallace. Dear Kieran, it's Danny Wallace here. Thanks for subscribing to my weekly Lots of Fun mail out. Brackets. I've just seen your email. I know what's going on here. Leave it with me.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. What?
To Internet Abuse and Fraud Department, from Danny Wallace, CC Kieran Mullins. Subject, potential internet fraud. Dear sirs and madams of the IAFD, last night I received a message from a member of my Lots of Fun fan club, a Kieran Mullins. It became clear very quickly that Kieran Mullins' email must have been hacked, and that whoever has done this has started sending crazy emails to various minor celebrities, calling them all douchebags, etc. It's important this stops, as it's making Kieran look mental. I CC Kieran in on this email so that you can correspond with him directly. Sincerely, D. Wallace.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. What are you doing? My email was not hacked. Why did you send this?
To Kieran Mullins, from Danny Wallace. Kieran is going to be really annoyed with you when he finds out what you're doing.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. It is me, I am Kieran.
To Internet Abuse and Fraud Department, from Danny Wallace, CC Kieran Mullins. Sirs and madams, I forward the latest from the fraudster.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. Stop doing this, okay? It is not even a real address. I wrote to them and it bounced back, so stop.
To Danny Wallace, from Internet Abuse and Fraud Department, CC Kieran Mullins. Dear Mr. Wallace, Mr. Mullins recently sent us an email which we purposely bounced back to him using new bounce-back technology. We were therefore able to see what email address it came from, and it does indeed belong to a Kieran Mullins. We hope to move straight to prosecution.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. Did you set up that email? What is this? To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. Hey. To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. Answer me.
To Kieran Mullins, from Danny Wallace. Hello. Not long now until this week's Danny Wallace. And remember, you can unsubscribe at any time just by replying with the word apologies.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. Unsubscribe.
To Kieran Mullins, from Danny Wallace. Unrecognised word.
To Danny Wallace, from Kieran Mullins. Apologies.
To Kieran Mullins, from Danny Wallace. Accepted. That's